Stand-up comedy, the heartbeat of laughter, a journey paved by legends, and a world where every punchline is a step into the unknown. For decades, comedy has been a tapestry woven by those brave enough to stand under the spotlight. Legends emerge from humble beginnings, from coffee houses to sold-out arenas. I've been on the outskirts of this world for about 10 years, dipping in my toes, testing the water, and sharing a laugh or two. But now it's time to dive in head first. It's a different game now, no more dabbling. It's time to get serious. From open mics to hosting for the pros, every gig is a step towards that dream that's been brewing for too long. Welcome to David Collins' 30-minute half-hour reality show, where my journey steps onto the stage, and together, we navigate the uncharted waters of stand-up comedy in the Midwest.
David Collins,
30-minute
reality
show with
David
Collins.
Starting from scratch in order to headline at a comedy club somewhere in the Midwest is a daunting task. Around here, opportunity can be very spread out. With most venues at least 40 minutes apart from each other, getting in what they call reps may not be too easy.
You know, when you get out to these rural areas a little bit, there's not as many clubs that guys can like go and hustle in, whereas in Chicago, you know, if you're doing it right, you can hit 5 clubs in the span of a night, and that's your day, that's your work day.
But the first thing that I need to do is write some material. To help with that, I enlisted some of the best comedians I know from all over this great country of ours. First meeting with local Dubuque favorite, Todd Basinger.
Yes, I'm Todd Basinger, stand-up comedian, local legend.
Okay, wait. I don't mean to go long, but we gotta fucking talk about this. What was that?
Always dressed to the nines, even though he's a 6. There we go.
I've been doing stand-up for 9 years. I did my first open mic at Penguins Comedy Club in Cedar Rapids. My friends kind of forced me to do it, and now once I started, I couldn't stop doing it, and it's a lot of fun. Featured for Brooks Wheelan, Sean Patton, Emo Phillips, Miss Pat at the casino. That was fun. She's a fun lady.
After hearing about all this fun, I couldn't wait to get pen on paper to write my first 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, no. When you start, get a good 5 in, because most open mics are 5 minutes or whatever.
Todd Basinger was even nice enough to stick around and help me get started.
Absolutely, you can do that.
So, of course, we're talking about writing material, and as you can see, I have a blank notebook in front of me. Now, this wouldn't be the first time that I'm doing stand-up comedy, so I do have a few tricks on my sleeve. I usually just talk about the week. Of course, I sometimes have a funny story.
Talk about the first time I met you. I was headlining a club, and you were just passing out magnets in the audience while I was on stage.
Well, we want to promote the show, of course.
It was very funny.
This first thing, and we were just joking about this, actually, Todd happens to like this joke. Well, this is a bit where I take my notebook up on stage, and I look at it, and I say, and then I look at the audience. Of course, I say nothing as I'm looking at the notebook,
right.
But I turn to the audience, and I say, oh, didn't see you there. And then I gather my things. And then I gather my things, and I look at the audience again, and I say, of course I saw you there. I'm on stage. And that's a fun joke.
That
I
is
think we're going to
very
write
fun.
that out.
Yeah, you should.
I'm on stage.
You should definitely have that. It's kind of.
Could we think of anything? Hello, my name's David Collins. I know what you're thinking. Blank. I know what you're thinking. I didn't roll over at age 33 in a truck in a ravine near Manhattan, Kansas. That'd be a very inside joke,
I'm
though.
glad you're alive. You scared all of us with that one,
What
David.
a terrifying incident.
Yeah. I'm not a neighborhood watch poster.
Oh, that's great. Why don't we make a mustache joke? My name's David Collins. I know what you're thinking, but no, I'm not on the lam.
Yeah.
My least favorite setup in the history of comedy, the one that I roll my eyes at, is, I know what you guys are thinking. I look like blank.
That's my whole opener, is just talking about the mustache.
Oh, that's great. That's a pretty new mustache, too. Do you ever say, oh, it's a new mustache, it just crawled on me yesterday?
That's all yours, David.
Oh, I'll say that. I'm not a mustache salesman. These are going to do so well. I'm so excited. People are going to be so excited.
I haven't been excited for a Monday in a long time, man. I can't wait.
Hey there. So Jerry suggested that I do a little talking with the microphone, of course. So today is Monday. I'm about to go out to a venue called Monks.
Comedy Under Monks on Monday nights.
Monks is a great workshop, Mike. Not a lot of audience, but comics can run new material, which is very important if you're building a headlining set to run new material.
We're gonna bring that back up. That used to be a real fun spot, but then it kind of dipped a little bit. David Collins, would you host Monks on Monday? Yeah, that'd be fun, man.
And do some comedy. I'll be hosting a comedy show. It'll be my first time hosting, so I'm looking forward to that. A little nervous, but we have our jokes put together and our material, so I'm hoping for the best. I'm not really sure what's going to come of it. Monks is a coffee shop located in downtown Dubuque, Iowa. Every Monday, in the basement, there's a comedy open mic.
Sending someone a grocery list, and they said, "What the fuck is this?" And they said, "When did you unblock me?"
They crudely call it Comedy Under Monks, the Cum Show. Monks Under Comedy, the venue, something like that.
It's Comedy Under Monks. It's CUM. So it's kind of a dirty joke, but I know you don't like dirty jokes on your show, David.
But all things considered, a dirty graffitied basement is a perfect place to start comedy.
Oh, hey. Didn't see you all there.
We're all here.
Of course I saw you. I'm on stage.
All of my jokes did not go as well as I had planned.
I got a DUI recently. I learned something new. You know, a little weird. The first thing these cops do is they test to see if you're a robot. They get you out and you do the walk-in Turing test.
But many of them did hit. It was very exciting.
I know what you're all thinking. Who's this guy, a mustache salesman? The truth is, it actually just crawled on me this morning.
My biggest concern, of course, for the first night being out here is I was not even able to meet my 5 minutes. So we need to get on writing this material. I'm going to need to take this advice from some of these other people. It's not the easiest thing. Now, I think I did a good job in between comedians. I think things kind of went well. And the show certainly flowed. It was a great time.
David, what an excellent show you put on today. Wow.
Coming to the stage right now, Austin Ingalls. Yeah!
Keep going for David Collins, everybody. What a treat that is. Comedy Under Monks, baby. CUM. Mothership, really. We're at the mothership, folks.
Yes.
Give it up for Austin Ingalls. Austin Ingalls, we saw him. He's not gay. Believe me, I've tried.
All right. Yeah, my name is Troy. Sound like Steve-O. Look like Ryan Dunn. After the wreck. No? All right.
Troy Rigdon. Boy, what a guy. Troy, would you grab my list for me?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a lot of white families with the last name Gay, but there's definitely a lot of white families with the last name Gaylord.
Yeah.
You guys hear about this? This is the wrong piece of paper.
Well.
I don't know how Bill Cosby got caught, but like they say, the proof is in the pudding. Am I right? Hey-o. Hey-o. Am I right? Hey, give it go for David Collins, everybody. Yes. Hey, final thoughts.
That was a fun show, David. Thanks for hosting.
Fantastic show. Couldn't have been any better.
Well, I mean, it started well. I did my opening act there, and I did my host set, and we brought the first comedian. I did some good in-between banter, I think. It went well. We're starting this experiment, and we're trying to build up some material. I'm really hoping tomorrow goes well. I'm going to be going to the Lucky Cat in Cedar Rapids. Before that, we're going to hopefully be able to write some more material and kind of get some things ready for that show and be able to meet and do a full 5 minutes. That's going to be our biggest concern now. The Lucky Cat is a comedy venue in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Every Tuesday, they host a very popular comedy open mic. One thing on note, the drive, a little tiring. We're going to have to get used to that, though. We're going to be going all around the Midwest here, to eastern Iowa especially, so better get used to those couple-hour drives. Good crowd. Great to see some comics that we've had on the show, actually, so that's always a good time. A variety of comics out there, I'll tell you.
Not the host. You expect that lady from 14 comics in. Not the host. Okay. This is a little bit more about child kidnapping.
You get all scrubbed up, suited up, everything. You're sweating. It's a long hour. I'm like, when you get done, are you hungry? Because is that peanut butter any good? You can just crack a big motherfucking sandwich right then and there.
You guys are blowing this for me. I'm recording audio so I can and just smile to myself. While sitting on my toilet in my bathroom with no lights on. The most beautiful sound I ever heard. But problems. The
biggest positive, I'd say, of course, a lot of people around here are already a big fan of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show, so I do get a bit of a pass when going on stage.
Come to the stage right there. Everybody get loud for one of my favorite people in the world, Mr. David Collins, everybody.
It's a little weird having a mustache. The other day, some guy pulled over and yelled out his window. He said, "Nice mustache." He didn't even compliment my dress. You guys hear about these Jewish tunnels? Well, this took a while to get a little clarification on these stories about these Jewish tunnels. Finally, it was a little clear. They got to the bottom of it. It turns out it was a really competitive game of dreidel.
Got a lot of laughs. The set went well. Probably better than yesterday, I'd say.
I had a buddy. He was addicted to OnlyFans. Now he's switched over to BetterHelp. I'm starting to call it BetterHelp these therapists. All right, boy. What a beautiful day it is. We live in America, and how happy could we be? My name's David Collins, and I hope you all have a great night. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah, David Collins.
Overall, I think it was a big success, and we're going to continue just adding to that set and keep things going. The Lucky Cat's actually closing, so it's going to be one of the last times that we are there. Besides, of course, our live show, which we're really looking forward to, so it was good to get there, get a good test of the venue, kind of plan that out a little bit. We're a little nervous about some possible technical issues that we might run into, but we'll see exactly how that goes.
I guess they removed Alamene's sign. Did you see that? Used to say Alamene's green room in here. You know, a lot of great comedians have been here. Jeffrey Asmus, that's right? Yeah. Jeffrey Asmus, Sam Talent has been in this room performing at the Lucky Cat. It's a little sad, unfortunately, the Lucky Cat will be closing very soon after our live show. Incidentally, not related, but so many comedians have been in this room. Who else? Brett Hiker, has he been in here? I don't know. I'm not sure. So many comedians. It's too bad, but it's great to be back at the Lucky Cat this evening. Good to check out the green room. Just wanted to give it a quick shout out. Why don't we give it a scan? Anything interesting in here?
And then we got 4 minutes left. I think it might be late.
David Collins calling in. Rick, I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for returning my call today. I missed it earlier. I apologize. I was just coming from a comedy show.
Oh, yeah? Do you do that?
Right, recently we're doing a new experiment where I'm going to different comedy shows. I'm trying my hand at stand-up comedy. I'll be doing that for the next handful of months here with the eventual goal of headlining at one of these venues somewhere here in the Midwest.
You're
So
gonna
we started that. We're filming the entire process. We're doing testimonials. We're doing interviews with professional and growing comedians and things and kind of building that into the production. So it's a big project, but we're really looking forward to it.
You're doing comedy?
Right.
Can you tell me a joke?
Yeah, I'd love to tell you a joke. I got a DUI the other day. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The weird thing about these, though, the first thing the police do is they check to see if you're a robot by doing the walk-in Turing test.
Uh-huh. At the end of the show, call back, and then maybe you can talk longer.
Well, I'd love to talk to you soon, Rick. I hope you have a great evening. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's Tuesday. We're on TCTV channel 2211 Check it out.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be going to the Gold Room in Galena, Illinois, so we're going to see what that's all about. That should be an interesting time there. The Gold Room is a bar in Galena, Illinois. On Wednesdays, they put on an open mic hosted by Galena's own Delicious.
All right, you guys ready for some comedy tonight? Yeah. Ooh. No, let's get it pumped up, dude. We got some good comics. We got some special guests tonight. Fucking rolling. Yeah. All right. Small towns, man, full of a lot of dicks. Not the good ones either, because everybody loves a good dick, right? Yeah. So.
It was a fun time. Of course, it was a smaller show than we've been to yet. It can range, as far as I understand. But it was a good show. The Gold Room, known to be a rowdy bar show. Today, the audience seemed to be a little light. There were only about 4 comics on this show this evening, so it was a pretty small show, but it was good to get out there and do something where you really had to work a little harder to get that audience to laugh.
What the hell, man? Come on, man. Get something better, right? But then, Scott's saying his bigger than his cock, and you can't get it up, and it's bigger than his nads,
Delicious, everybody. And Michael. Give it up for Michael. I got a haircut today at Sports Clips, and judging by the cut, the sport today was badminton.
So my youngest says to me the other day, he says, "Hey, Mom, you might not be the tallest one in the house, but you sure are the highest."
Are you guys ready for your next comic? There's a special guest tonight. You can find him on the internet somewhere, I'm sure, if you researched him. But anyway, give a big welcome to the stage, David Collins.
Come on, fuckers. Brody had said something about haircuts. He got a nice haircut. I go to Great Clips now because I think I'm too old to call my haircut super.
It was tough to get these guys to laugh, I'll tell you. Some of the things that I thought were going well the last couple of days did not hit the same today.
I don't talk to anybody wearing a turtleneck. I think wearing a turtleneck's a lot like wearing blackface. And maybe 50 years ago that was okay, but I don't trust you today.
For the first time, we tried to do a little more crowd work this evening, at least interact a little bit, hear what they had to say, get them going before we start a bit about a certain subject.
Do you guys like camping? How about you, ma'am? Are you a big fan of camping?
Yeah.
Are ya? Well, not me. I don't like this camping. Mainly what I don't like about this camping is every time you get done with camping, the rest of your day, you smell like a bonfire. Yeah. And you always smell like bonfires when you're done camping. It lasts forever. It's like in high school, my neighbor's house burned down. These kids smelled like their grandma for a week.
And I think that went pretty well today. At least we gave it a shot. One interesting thing happened after my set. So I'm on stage. I get off stage. I go sit back next to comedian Brody Toopy there, who was sitting next to where I was sitting. and he's talking with somebody who's sitting in the seat that I was. So I sat on the other side of him. I say, Brody, will you hand me my beer? He says, oh, that's your beer? This guy just poured most of your beer into his drink, and I didn't really hear him, but all I heard was that he touched my drink. So I confront him. I didn't know if I was going to have to beat this guy up.
The David Collins 30-minute half-hour show. You can find it on Prime, YouTube, all that fun stuff. It's really good. Actually, I'm pretty sure Brody's been guest on there because he's always pissed off about something.
Yeah, I'll do it whatever you want.
But yeah.
Did you just pour my beer?
Welcome to the Gold Room, Golden Hour of Comedy Workshop.
Oh, wait, what?
Delicious.
You poured that beer.
Just joking. Of course, Brody was there. He would have been doing the beating up, but I was a little concerned. The guy acted very embarrassed and very caught. So it was kind of, maybe he was just a drunk guy. He really kind of disengaged. He was not comfortable. I told him that's fine, but at least don't be so embarrassed about it. It was very strange. So we got a little of that on camera. And that was the Gold Room. Tomorrow we're going to be going to the Chicago's The Comedy Bar in Dubuque, Iowa. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be their tomato show. Maybe even for that tomato show, we'll try some dirtier material. I'm not exactly sure. We have some dirty jokes that I've written. I'm not sure if I want to break those out yet or what for a tomato show, though, it might be appropriate to try to get under their skin with some of the dirty stuff. So maybe we'll give that a shot.
Yeah, there's the Tomato Throw show at the Comedy Bar.
Great venue for local talent.
The crowd gets to throw styrofoam tomatoes at the comedians if they're not like funny, or just they kind of just do it anyway to be dickheads. But it is a fun show. It can be a little rowdy, but
You'll even get that, like, some people will try to get you to do crowd work. Some people will heckle, in a sense. In their mind, it's not heckling. In their mind, it's like trying to add to the show.
This is where you sharpen your material. This is a club. So at clubs, you want to do your best stuff, or your A or B stuff. You don't want to necessarily try new stuff unless you have to.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of my favorite part of the job, is kind of seeing that spectrum of comedy and seeing guys that are just starting, seeing guys that maybe have been doing it for 15, 20 years.
A great show, the Comedy Bar there, hosted by Todd Basinger, a great comedian, a great host.
Instagram was pretty wild. So I joined it. I saw a reel of a lady making sandwiches with her feet. Yeah, pretty wild.
Great opportunity. A lot of very funny comedians this evening. Great show.
I had a 50 milligram edible before I came here, so if any of you catch me just staring at you in awkward silence, that's going to be why. Look at that, you rang my bell.
I'm just always trying to make people better than what they are, smarter than what they are. And I didn't think that. I was like, what are you talking about? We should never let these bitches learn how to read. Like, that fixes more problems than the whole voting thing, Dad.
Honestly, my job is pretty nice. Everybody's really chill. There is this one girl, though, that is just getting high all the time.
What do you think about female? You have an opinion on female? She's very fun.
No, I enjoy when they're good, but like any other comic, it just sucks when they suck,
Right.
And it's even worse because they're girls, right?
Making his way to the stage right now, one of the most interesting guys I've ever met. Give it up for David Collins!
Uh-oh, he said so far.
What a high energy show, too. A great audience. I had a great performance. I feel like I really feel good after tonight about that 5 minutes that we've curated.
Boy, what a bad day. Been a bad day for me. I lost my chapstick earlier. My lips are getting redder by the minute. By the end of the show, I'll be wearing a blonde wig and going by Darla, if anybody's interested.
Got a few tomatoes thrown at me. A lot of tomatoes behind me, it looked like.
A lot of streaming services out there. You guys seeing this? What streaming service do you use? I'm getting a no. He doesn't use any streaming service? Well, I use that Russian lady I found off Craigslist. That's my streaming service. It's a little dirty. I thought the Tomato Show would have a dirtier joke. What do you guys think? No? All right, hand it off there. I got a couple more, but we can drop them.
At least 3 minutes of those, I think, are going to make it into our final 40-minute set. At least some of the headlining sets, certainly.
Had a LaCroix today. Boy, what a treat those are, huh? A little strong for me, though. I have to dilute mine. You know, my mom told me growing up, if you have too many carbonated beverages, it makes your bones weak. So I mix mine with milk. Call it a white Frenchman. So it starts riots in my stomach.
I'd say we had a successful set. People really enjoyed some of the jokes, especially. And I think at the end, we almost got an applause break. So I was very happy about that.
All right, guys. Well, I want to be sincere for just a moment here, of course. We live in America. How lucky are we? What a great country. And no matter your background, we've had the opportunity to sit down here and laugh this evening. And thank God for that. My name's David Collins. Thank you very much. Here we go for American pastry and mustache enthusiast David Collins.
All right, you guys ready for your last comic this evening?
Friend of the show, Tyler Meyerhoff. We talked a little about him talked a little with him, I should say. Of course, he's going to be moving to Austin soon. It's a little sad.
Be moving to Austin? Yeah. What do you plan on doing there?
I'm probably gonna start sucking dick for drugs immediately.
A great comedian. We'll look forward to following him once he finally gets out of the state there, because he should have a lot of success. Somebody, as soon as you see him on stage, you say, this guy's got something.
We're following Tyler Meyerhoff. We're going to be seeing him off, I think, throughout this journey, and eventually he's going to be leaving us.
Yeah. It's going to be sad. I'm going to miss everyone, but I think it's just time to fucking move on to fucking new prairies or whatever they say.
On to the next step. It's something we see all the time in stand-up comedy. People going in and leaving, coming out. I mean, you must have seen plenty of faces that are no longer here.
Yeah, tons and tons.
Really looking forward to seeing him and Austin Ingalls moving out to Austin there. Really think we've done a good job this evening, although we've been out drinking all evening. It's been a long night. It's pretty late right now. I believe it's about 1 a.m. actually. And then after that show at Chicago's, the Dubuque Comedy Bar, the Comedy Bar in Dubuque, after that show in Chicago's, the Comedy Bar in Dubuque, we went over to Monk's just to enjoy the show and have a good time. Of course, you can see my drink here. But we went over to Monk's to have a good time, and we said, hey, why don't we invite this bar down to the basement? And Troy decided we'll turn these mics on and do another mic. So we actually ended up doing an impromptu mic there, so that was a lot of fun. It did some jokes. I thought, why don't I can play a few songs on the piano. I could always learn more. I'm a big fan of music. Of course, not a lot of people know that about me. I'm a big fan of music. But I thought, what if a David Collins variety show? How about that? What if we played a little music, maybe went up there, did a little fun trick with the hat, did a little juggling. Can you imagine that? A little juggling, and then we do a little jokes, a little material. That would be a lot of fun. Very interesting. A long night for me, but I think we had a lot of success. I really feel good about it. We're developing our material. We're making a lot of good connections. Today was definitely a success, though. We'll have to close it there.
On the next episode of David Collins, 30 minutes reality show with David Collins.
Oh, the Golden Gilfs? That's grandmas I'd like to fuck. There's some wonderful pictures of you.
Awesome. What are you working on over there?
I was on Tinder, but what's going on? Oh! How we doing, David?
Awesome.
I know, no decisions are in set. Obviously I'd like to keep us rolling as much as possible, but it's again not my money that I'm spending. So
The problem with your experiment, dude, is you're trying to do something that it takes people decades to do.
If Taylor Swift is walking down a dark alley, I would be a raper. If Taylor Swift.
So this is your new apartment? Yeah, dude.
That's spacious, man.
I like it, man. I slept in it when I was in Louisville, and it was fucking dope, man. Like, lay the seats down. I got plenty of room.
Sit at home drinking box wine. Oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Face to face is where it's at.